Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 28th of April. Following Robert Murray McShane's reading plan, we're working our way slowly through the book of Numbers. A little dry, a little heavy going at times. And one of those books that we easily gloss over or ignore or leave out because, well, it's so full of boring stuff. But we lose out then. And so one of the great values of McShane's reading plan is that you read through books like Numbers. And as you do so, you find that sometimes there are just lists of names and long lists of numbers, but there are other things as well, and you pick up gems. Today we're reading chapter 5, and we read the following. The Lord said to Moses, "Say to the Israelites, any man or woman who wrongs another in any way, and so is unfaithful to the Lord, is guilty, and must confess the sin they have committed. They must make full restitution for the wrong they have done, add a fifth of the value to it, and give it to the person they have wronged." A wonderful little glimpse of justice working itself out. If you've wronged a person, you've got to make it right. Make restitution. Give back what you've taken and more. Add a fifth to it to show that you're penitent and that you're sorry for what you've done. A wonderful principle to guide our lives and our thinking. But what also struck me was just the notion where he says, if you've wronged another in any way, and so is unfaithful to the Lord. If you wrong another person, it's not just between you and them, you're also being unfaithful to the Lord at the same time. And this just highlighted to me the fact that we live our lives, and all of our lives, in the presence of God. And on the one hand, that's a challenge, because what it says is that anything we do, God's involved. And when you get into a fight with your neighbor, or you get into a shouting match with somebody in the traffic, you may well be being unfaithful to God. And we need to have that in our minds to shape our behavior and to encourage us to walk in God's ways. But at the same time, what it says is that when something happens to us, God's also involved. And so when somebody wrongs us, God's also involved. When we're struggling with life and we feel we're not coping and we feel we're being overwhelmed, this says God is there as well in that situation. There's none of our lives which is outside of the view of God. And that's a challenge and an encouragement. So be challenged, be encouraged, and be blessed.